Hi, my name is Grace Shalom Hopkins, and welcome to another episode of Spin Weekly. Today we are conquering woolen. Stay tuned. Okay, so woolen spinning has been sort of my Mount Vesuvius, I guess, of spinning for what I have long found it to be really frustrating to even contemplate because I feel very inadequate in my own spinning skills, especially when I'm talking to old guard, more traditional spinners, and I'm like, yeah, this is my job, I'm cool, I know what I'm talking about, I feel confident, except for the fact that I can't spin woolen, and also I don't spin to knit, and basically everything you value I don't even do, and it's terrible. But that's my own problem. So I have conquered woolen. There's your spoiler for this episode. I did figure out how to do it kind of my own way. You'll see in the video that I kind of lay it onto my hand. In the past, I thought it had to be a one-handed thing because I saw one video a long time ago where she said that if you're doing it right, you can drink wine out of the other hand, and I don't think that I could ever be that coordinated to do anything and drink at the same time, any type of substance. But yeah, so I thought that I was doing it wrong if I didn't pull it with one hand, or you pull it way far out and it's all bumpy slumpy, and then you sort of ease those apart. So I had trouble with that, but I figured out my own method, which you will see, and I hope to feature woolen in basically all of my upcoming videos for a while until I get really comfortable with it. So expect a lot of woolen coming your way. And I still want to hear all of your woolen tips and thoughts and troubles. Any feelings around woolen spinning, I would like you to share them because woolen is on the brain at the moment. So the yarn that was yielded is just as shockingly different as everyone says it would be, but if you haven't experienced it yourself, seeing your own hand spun woolen versus worsted, especially in the same fiber, it's really incredible. So I was super impressed with this. It was harder to control the weight, and as I mentioned yesterday, there was some vegetable matter problems because I accidentally let 2 vegetable matter locks slide into my drum carder. But otherwise it worked really well. I think also that the very fine amount of lanolin that was still on the fiber helped create just enough friction that it slid very beautifully rather than just like zoop out of my hand. So as I said before, I expect to do a lot more woolen exploration in the future and test out a lot of my theories that I've just developed. But for now, let's check out the footage and I'll meet you back at the end. Okay, so here we are woolen spinning, right? So at this point, I have already spent several attempts trying to get this right, and I've kind of figured out what I'm doing. So here I have my beautiful little batty bat, and it is just so soft and springy and luscious. You don't even know. It's delicious. But here you can kind of see 3 things. One, the woolen technique that I'm using. I'm kind of laying it over my hand and doing on the fly pulling out the nubs, I guess. I don't know the terminology. You know, where they spin and they're like, oops, that's a little bit thick. I'll just that. I'm doing that as it's going because I've laid it across my hand and the twist is traveling over my fingers, but I'm using my fingers to kind of control the rate at which it goes into my drafting zone so it doesn't just zoop out. This is a very technical video. Zooping, wiki. You know how we roll here. I mean, the technical terminology just flows forth from my body. So the second thing you'll see is the vegetable matter lock that managed to get into my bat. I have to stop and keep pulling off like end bits and vegetable mattery stuff. So that was really frustrating and annoying, but I was like, okay, let's go with it. So it was already kind of like weird and lumpy because of the new Woolen spin. So it's kind of extreme, but I actually love how rustic it looks in the final swatches. It turned out really, really well, despite the fact that at this point I was pretty sure that aside from my new drafting technique, this was a train wreck. I was in a panic. I was like, great, everything is going wrong. I'm but a fraud. There's that wiki. I'm gonna do it again. You know, I can't spin to a specific diameter. I can't card raw fleece. I can't spin it Woolen. Everything is a lie. So this Hanukkah spin is really a showcasing of all of the places where I'm weakest as a fiber artist. And I love it. I love the emotional and creative journey that I have gone on. And I hope you guys enjoy it too, because it, like I said, at first it made me feel really insecure that, you know, what have I done? This is going to be the worst video series ever. It's going to be like a fail video. Turned out to be really good. So anyhow, I'm probably going to just turn on some music and let you guys enjoy the rest of this spin, because I really like watching this drafting technique. I've seen myself do the worsted technique so many times that I'm a bit mesmerized by how I'm controlling the tension over my fingers, despite the fact that I keep having to stop and pull out little weird bits and pieces. This ended up being a really smooth, as in like not texturally smooth, but a really elegant project. And at the end, I just do a basic center pull ball ply, which I'm really glad. Initially, I thought maybe I would ply the worsted and the Woolen together, because after I saw the Woolen, I was like, wait, this is significantly better than the worsted. Again, thinking that I had created a disaster, a train wreck. How can I, DIY this into something better? But I'm so glad that I chose not to, because it ended up being a study between the two, and it's just, stay tuned. This is only the middle, so I can't give away all my secrets. But that was my intention at this point in the spin. That footage, I was like, this is going way better. How am I gonna fix this? So, yeah. I ended up doing a center pull ball ply, and I will now let you enjoy it. have you seen this technique before? Did I just come up with it? Again, anytime I have anything new I'm exploring, I basically just come to you guys and be like, tell me all your thoughts and feelings. I just want to know what you have to think and say, and your experiences and your resources and everything you have. Just share everything you have on Woolen. So I'm doing that again. But yeah, I think it went really well, and I can't wait to show you the swatches tomorrow. And then there's going to be a super duper special video that I debated whether doing a ply video where you just saw all the plying or sticking the plying here, because I have a different project and I felt like a little surpriser at the end would be fun. So check out tomorrow. There's gonna be a little bit of a surprise here at the end of the Hanukkah celebration. So don't forget to hit the like button if you liked, the subscribe button so you don't miss the super duper surprise, and a big shout out to the Patreon patrons and people who purchase my books and recipes. You guys are awesome and you make all this possible. So thank you, and I'll see you tomorrow.